Today we're gonna make some delicious homemade pancakes. I created this recipe, a lot of years ago, at least 10 years ago, possibly more, when I decided that I wasn't liking the ingredients that I was seeing on the back of the box mixes. However, there are some good mixes out there, and they're so easy, which made it hard to want to start my own recipe and add all these ingredients when it's right there in the mix for you. But doing it this way, you can be sure that you're not getting those extra additives, any preservatives, any kind of shortenings that you don't want in there, hydrogenated oils. So I hope you try this recipe. It really is delicious. First, I'm gonna start with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I have 3 tablespoons of sugar, a half of a teaspoon of salt, a half of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. So even though it is more than just the box mix and the water, it's a few extra steps. It's really not hard, it's really not a lot. Easy enough to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and whisk those dry ingredients together. And you can go ahead and add the wet ingredients right into the dry. I've done it before. But we're gonna do things the right way. And I'm gonna add in 1 cup of milk. I'm using whole milk for this recipe. 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. You can use any oil that you want to keep it on the healthier side. You might want to choose an avocado oil or an olive oil, but the olive oil you probably will taste. I believe that the avocado oil has less flavor to it. I have used coconut oil many times. If you're going to use coconut oil, you want to make sure that your egg is at room temp and that your milk is at room temp, because if you melt your coconut oil and add it to cold milk or a cold egg, it is going to turn back into a solid. It will be chunky in there. You'll have little clumps of coconut oil in your mix. And I mean, we really do want it to incorporate, but the coconut oil does give it a great flavor. 1 egg. I usually just stick with avocado oil. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now you can play around with this recipe. I have played around with it. I've used a little bit of almond extract at times, lemon extract. If you want to make chocolate mint pancakes or something creative like that, you just add a little cocoa powder and a little bit of mint extract. I want to be careful with mint and almond because they can be overpowering. You want to add just a little bit. Vanilla is our favorite. That's why I put 2 whole teaspoons in. So we give the wet ingredients a good mix. And then pour the wet into the dry. Now to cook these, I've cooked them so many ways. I've made them camping. I put all my dry ingredients together ahead of time. We've used a cast iron skillet over an open fire. I've used a non-stick pan, and I've used a griddle. I think my favorite way to do it is on the griddle because I can get like 3 pancakes done at once. And when I'm cooking these for everybody in the morning, I'm usually making a triple this batch because I have teenagers and they like to eat. And I have family that live next door that when I'm making pancakes, they sometimes love to come over and eat. Okay, so I'm gonna get a hot griddle ready and we'll be back. Okay, so our griddle is nice and hot. I'm gonna get some butter on it. And I like having this little 1/4 of a cup measuring cup with a little handle on the end when I do pancakes because I can keep it right here on this edge of my batter bowl. And I'm gonna drop the batter, my 1/4 of a cup measuring cup. It's a nice thick fluffy batter. And we're just gonna wait until the top of the pancake is gonna bubble up and all those little bubbles are gonna pop. And once they've all popped and your edges turn a little bit dry and a little bit golden, that's the clue that it's time to flip the pancake. So we'll just hold out here for a minute and let them cook. Almost ready, but not quite. Really only takes about a minute. And I have my griddle set at 325 degrees. If you don't have one of these and you're using a pan on a regular stovetop or an induction burner, well, the regular stovetop, I would put it at medium to, in between maybe medium to medium high to start. And every stove is gonna be different, so you'll have to make little adjustments. But you don't wanna put it too high because they will burn. Here you see me checking with a toothpick to see if the inside is done, because there's nothing worse than having a raw pancake in the very center. So you just poke it with a toothpick lightly, and if the toothpick comes out clean, they're done. The edges are starting to look dry. I'm gonna go ahead and flip. And you just want them to be this beautiful golden brown color. And they are. So there you have it. Beautiful, perfectly cooked homemade pancake. Really didn't take much time at all. The last thing left to do is pour on the maple syrup and throw a slab of butter on there. Sit around the table for breakfast with your family and enjoy. I hope this inspires you to stay at home and eat at home, cook from scratch. It's not hard. I would really appreciate if you make the recipe and you liked the recipe, if you would put it in the comments below under the video. And I'd also appreciate if you'd head over to my blog, simplyeatathome.com, and read the blog, read the set of instructions. There's a printable recipe card on the bottom. There's stars on the recipe card where you can leave a review. And I would really appreciate if you'd do that. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.